A point object is moving with speed v naught towards a spherical mirror with the radius of curvature r along the principal axis. The speed of the image is not defined when the object is, and the options are focus, pole in the middle of line joining focus and center of curvature at center of curvature. So we have to figure out at which position the speed of the image is not defined. All right. So naturally we have to understand how do we calculate the speed of the image. So the key concept here is that in the longitudinal direction, that is when the object is moving along the principal axis, the velocity of image is equal to minus magnification square velocity of object. All right. So the first thing we need to do is obviously calculate the velocity of image, right? So let's say f is the focal length of this mirror, then magnification is equal to f upon f minus u. Is that correct? Absolutely. So velocity of image is going to be minus m square, which is f upon f minus u square multiplied by velocity of the object. Perfect. Okay, now we have to figure out that when is velocity of image going to be undefined. When is something undefined? Something is undefined mathematically when we try to divide it by 0. Okay, division by 0 is undefined, which means that if the denominator here becomes 0, then the velocity of image is going to be undefined. Hence f minus u should be 0, which means u should be f, which means that the object has to be at the focus. At that point the velocity of image will become undefined. Okay, so u is r by 2, same as focus. Let's have a look at the options, and so option A is going to be the right option. A block of mass 1 kg is attached to a spring of spring constant 100 Newton per meter. The block is at the center of curvature of the concave mirror in equilibrium state. It is displaced by 5 millimeter, very important, consider this to be small displacement, towards the pole and released. The maximum speed of oscillation of the image of the block is, okay, so here is a spring mass system. The mass is oscillating along the principal axis, that is longitudinally, with a small amplitude of 5 millimeter. Okay, so naturally the image is also going to oscillate. So we have to figure out the velocity of image when it is maximum. Okay, so we have spring mass system, SHM, reflection, magnification. A little bit complicated this problem seems. So the best way of solving this problem would be, or a great way of solving this problem would be, creating a mental map. So mental map will help us figure out exactly how to proceed with the problem, and we are going to start with the variable which is required, and then when we move logically you will see that the steps we need to take are automatically going to reveal themselves. Okay, so let's get started. What is it that we require? We require the velocity of the image when it is maximum. Okay, what do we know about velocity of image when it is moving along the principal axis? We know that velocity of image is equal to minus m square velocity of object, where m is the magnification. Correct? Now I want to find out when is this quantity, velocity of image, going to be maximum. So it is dependent on magnification, it is depending on the velocity of object. Okay, now since we are given in the question that the amplitude of oscillation is small, so we can say that the object is almost at the same position, so we can assume the magnification to be constant. Correct? Which means velocity of image is only going to depend upon velocity of object. Okay, so naturally the velocity of image would be maximum when the velocity of object is maximum. Correct? So in order to calculate this, what are the two things that I need to figure out? I need to figure out magnification, and I need to figure out the velocity of object when it is maximum. Okay, let's talk about magnification first. What do we know about magnification? How do we calculate magnification? Very simple. Magnification for spherical mirrors is f upon f minus u. So logically, what are the two things that I would require? I would require focal length. I will require object distance. Okay. Do I know the focal length? Yes, I know the focal length. So this is sorted. Do I know the object distance? Probably not. Not at this stage. Okay. Let's see. Let's move to the next part. Now I need to figure out when the velocity of object is going to be maximum. Now the object is doing an SHM. When is the velocity of object maximum? When is the velocity of any body maximum? When it is doing an SHM. Obviously when it is at its mean position. And what is the mean position? The mean position is center of curvature, which means I have to calculate the velocity of the object when it is at the center of curvature. And from here it becomes very evident that I know what the object distance is. Correct? It is equal to the radius of curvature. Correct? So these two done. Now I want to calculate the velocity at center of curvature, or the mean position, or I can say the maximum velocity. Okay. What do we know about the maximum velocity of an object? Okay. So Vmax is equal to A omega. This is a simple SHM derived from SHM, right? Now, in order to calculate Vmax, what would I require? Naturally, I would require amplitude and I will require omega, correct? Amplitude, do I know? Yes, amplitude is given in the question. I know that. What about omega? Okay, so this is a spring mass system. Do we know what is omega of a spring mass system, the angular velocity of a spring mass system? Absolutely, it is under root of k by m. Okay, so what do I need to figure out? I need to figure out k and I need to figure out m. Is k known? Yes, k is known. Is mass known? Yes, mass is known. And hence, right in front of you, my problem is solved. Now I just need to follow these steps and I'm going to reach my solution. All right, so let's get started with it. Okay, so I'm going to start with omega. So omega is equal to under root of k by m. Okay, so this is going to be under root of k is 100 and mass is 1 kg. So this comes out to be 10 radian per second. Okay, omega found. What is A? A is also given, it is 5 millimeter. So what can I calculate? I can calculate the velocity of the object when it is maximum. And what is that? That is A times omega, correct? So this becomes 5 millimeter, or I can say 5 into 10 to the power 3 meter multiplied by 10 radian per second. So this becomes 5 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter per second. All right. So velocity of object max is also calculated. Okay. Now what is the next thing I need to figure out? I need to figure out focal length. So focal length is already given to me. What is the focal length? It is minus 20 centimeter because it is a concave mirror. Okay. What about object distance? Object distance is going to be equal to the radius of curvature, because we want to figure out the distance of the object when it is at the center of curvature. So that is going to be equal to the radius of curvature. And if we take the sign convention, what sign convention? The direction of incident light, we are going to take it as positive. Okay, if we stick to this sign convention, which is what we generally use, then the object distance is going to come out to be negative and negative 40 centimeter. Correct? Now can I find the magnification? Of course I can find the magnification. So magnification is f upon f minus u. So what is f? Minus 20 divided by minus 20 minus minus 40. Okay, so this you can see is going to give me minus 20 divided by 20, or 1. Okay, so this becomes minus 1. Now it's not a surprise. If the object is kept at the center of curvature, the image is going to be formed on the center curvature itself and inverted. So it's not a surprise that magnification has come out to be minus 1. Okay, so magnification also sorted. All right. So at this stage, what do we know? We know the magnification is minus 1. We know the velocity of object. Now all we need to figure out is this. This becomes minus of magnification square multiplied by VO max. Correct? So this is going to be minus 1 square, and the velocity of object max is 0.05 meter per second. So what is this going to come out to be? This is going to be minus 0.05 meter per second. But the answer has to be given in centimeters per second. So I can say this is minus 5 centimeter per second. All right. Now let's have a look at the options. So we only have to tell the magnitude or the speed. So the speed is going to be 5 centimeter per second. And our question is solved. A ball is projected along the principal axis with speed 10 root 2 meter per second at an angle of 45 degree with the principal axis of a concave mirror. If the ball is at 10 meter beyond the center of curvature at the time of projection, then relative speed of the image with respect to the object when it crosses the center of curvature will be. Okay, very interesting problem. So there's a projectile, we know the angle, we know the speed, and it is 10 meter away from the center of curvature. When this is going to reach the center of curvature, we need to figure out the relative speed of the image with respect to the object. Okay, pretty interesting. Let's see. Now again, the key concept here is that in the longitudinal direction, velocity of image is minus magnification square velocity of object, and in the lateral direction, which is this direction, velocity image is equal to magnification into velocity of object. Why did we say that? Because the velocity is somewhere like this. So if we can resolve it in two directions, I can use both the equations and find the answer. That's it. So that is the key concept. Now let's proceed to the solution. Okay. Now since I've been given everything and I have to figure out that what would be the velocity of the object when it is at center of curvature, when it crosses the center of curvature, might be a good idea to figure out range. It might give us some kind of hint. That is my gut feel. Okay. So let's try to figure out what is the range. Okay. So range is equal to u square sine 2 theta divided by g. So u square is going to become 10 square into root 2 square. So I can write it as 10 root 2 square, pardon my handwriting, multiplied by sine 2 theta. So this is sine 90 degree, 45 into 2 is 90, and divided by g, g is 10. Okay, so this becomes 100 into 2 divided by 10. This gets cancelled and so I'm left with 20 meter. Okay, very interesting. The range is 20 meter, which means where is this object? Okay, it is at half the range from C. Okay, this makes our life very easy. So we know that center of curvature is at the middle of the range, and at the middle of the range the particle is at its highest position and its only velocity is the horizontal velocity. Okay, what is that horizontal velocity? I am going to call that velocity of the object. And what is that velocity? It is going to be u cos 45 degree. So 10 root 2 cos 45 degree is simply going to give me 10 meter per second. Is that correct? So now it becomes very simple how to calculate the velocity of the image. Now this is happening in the lateral direction. Okay, I'm sorry, this is happening in the longitudinal direction. So this becomes minus m square into velocity of the object. So all I need to figure out is m. What is the object position when we have to figure out m? It is at the center of curvature. Now we know this very well that at the center of curvature, the image is formed on the center of curvature and it is inverted. Okay, so what is magnification? Magnification is -1. We are become so well adept with this that I don't need to explain this further. So this becomes minus into -1 square multiplied by velocity of object, which is 10 meter per second. So velocity of image is minus 10 meter per second, which tells me that the image is going to move in this direction. This is going to be the velocity of image. Now, if both the velocity and the velocity of the object and velocity of image are in the opposite direction, then what will be the relative velocity? We'll have to add them up. So velocity of image with respect to the object is going to be 20 meter per second, and that is going to be my answer. Okay, let's have a look at the options. So option A is going to be the right option. An object is moving along the principal axis of a concave mirror. At a distance of 4 cm from the mirror, which is between focus and pole of the mirror, the image formed is twice the height of the object. Then magnification produced for object distance 20 cm will be. Okay, so the object is placed between pole and the focus. So we should remember the key concept here, and a concave mirror is involved as well. So a concave mirror makes a virtual image when an object is placed between focus and pole. The image formed is magnified and upright. This is the key concept involved. And now we can proceed with solving this question. And since there are a certain number of steps involved here, making a mental map is going to be a fun idea to solve the problem. Okay. Now, what is the problem? When the object is placed here at 4 centimeter, the magnification is 2. We don't know plus 2 or minus 2. It is just twice the height. Okay. So we can't be sure there. Okay. Now the object is placed at this position, which is 20 centimeter from the mirror. So we want to find out what is the magnification. So essentially we want to find out M2, which is the magnification in the second scenario. Okay. What do we know about magnification? We know that magnification is f upon f minus u2, where u2 is the object distance in the second scenario, obviously. Okay. So this tells me I have to figure out f and I have to figure out u2. Do I know u2? Of course I know u2. It is given in the problem. Do I know f? No, I don't know f. Okay, so I have to figure out f. That's the next step. So in the first scenario, it is given that the magnification is 2, at least the magnitude is 2. Okay, so probably we can use that to proceed with the question. Okay, so I know that the magnification in the first scenario is going to be f upon f minus u1. So in order to calculate f, what should I know? I should know m1 and I should know u1. Do I know u1? Of course I know u1. I know where the object was placed initially. Do I know m1? Here is the tricky part. I know the magnitude of magnification is 2, but what is the sign? And here the key concept is going to get involved. Okay, so the object is placed between pole and focus. So where is the image going to be formed? The image is going to be virtual, it is going to be magnified, and also it is going to be upright. Okay, that's how a concave mirror forms an image when the object is placed between focus and the pole. Okay, now this tells me that I can be absolutely sure that the magnification is going to be +2. Okay, because the image is upright. That is the key concept that we had to use. Done. Now what about u1? Now u1 is 4 centimeter, but the sign convention is also going to get involved. And I'm going to take the positive direction in the direction of incident light. So I'm going to take this direction as positive. So from here I can see very easily that u1 will be -4 centimeter. Great. So I know m1, I know u1. Can I calculate f? Of course I can calculate f. So m1 is 2. F I have to calculate, divided by f minus u1, I'm going to substitute -4. Okay, so this will become f plus 4. So 2f plus 8 is going to give me f, and hence f will come out to be -8 centimeter, which is expected because it is a concave mirror. Okay, perfect. I have calculated f. Let's proceed. So f is -8 centimeter. Now I want to calculate u2. Is that difficult? Not at all. It is 20 centimeter, and taking the sign convention in consideration, this is going to be -20 centimeter. Isn't that correct? Okay, so I'm substituting for to find m2 now. So m2 is going to be f. What is f? -8 divided by f, which is -8, minus u2, which is -20. So this is going to become -8 upon 12, and this is going to be -2 upon 3. So this is -0.67. Okay, and that should be my answer. Okay, now let's have a look at the options. So in the option, I just have to tell the magnitude. So obviously option B is going to be my right option. The question is, the figure shows a parabola whose equation is x is equal to y square upon 8. For very small aperture, the power of the convex mirror made from this parabola will be. Okay, so this is a parabola and it is a convex mirror, which means this side is going to be shaded, as in this side is going to be silvered and this is going to be the reflecting side. Okay, now equation of parabola is given to us as x is equal to y square by 8. We need to find out power. Okay, so power for a convex mirror is given by -1 upon f. Is that correct? So we have to find out what is the focal length. So basically we have to find out what is the, or where is the focus of this parabola, which is not difficult. So y square is equal to 8x, and we can compare this with the parabolic equation y square is equal to 4ax, which means what is a? A comes out to be 2. Very simple. Okay, and where is the focus? The focus is at a comma 0. Is that correct? So what is the focal length? This is going to be the focal length, which is going to be equal to what? It is going to be equal to a, which is going to be equal to 2. Okay, so the focal length comes out to be 2, and the unit I think is given as meter. So power is going to be -1 upon 2, that is -0.5 diopter, and that is going to be my answer. It's that simple. So what are the options? So naturally, option C is going to be the right option.